Good morning. It is great to have you with us. Not yet. It's great to have you with us here at Unity of Walnut Creek. We are in for an amazing journey today. There is within that understanding of our spiritual growth one of the most important and beautiful parts of that experience that we get to touch on. And we're gathered here with fabulous music to help your heart open. And as it opens, reach in and touch the beauty and magnificence of the spiritual being that you are. Thank you for being with us.
Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Please join us in singing Surely the Presence.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel the mighty power, joy and praise. There's a holy hush around me. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel the mighty power, joy and praise. There's a holy hush around me. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
All right. So thank you, Liz and Steve, for opening and guiding our service and tuning us up together musically today. And now some of you got to be at Jazz on the Lawn? Okay. So we realized today you'd be spoiled with really good music, so we really had to make sure you were well taken care of in the service. So Ronnie Ong is going to be our... thank you for the beautiful music and love that you bring to us. We're so grateful. So let's take and wave a hi to our folks online. Thanks to you all for joining us for our spiritual journey here this morning. Oh, and welcome everybody. Good to have you here. If you're here with Unity for the first time or just new to the unity experience, know that our hearts enfold you and make yourself at home. We automatically just adopt you for this moment into our spiritual family. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And in that experience, part of what we realize is that the great truths that are a part of our spiritual growth are universal truths. So you get in our services here, you may hear scripture from a number of different traditions. You may hear music that expresses in its language and its beauty different paths to the divine. And we honor them all, and yet we also bring our awareness back to this core truth that we touch again and again through the experience of prayer. So if you would join me in our opening prayer this morning. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Feeling that presence, that love, that goodness. Once again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And so it is, here now, in that beauty within each heart. So Liz and Steve, come on up and let's journey into that experience of music once more. Thank you. So take that deep breath through your heart and just wiggle around and get comfortable. We're going to enter into our time of prayer and meditation together. So as you take that deep breath, as we turn our attention inward, I invite you to let the music be part of that invitation to the very center of our hearts. gently breathing, aware of our breath, breathing through the heart as our attention is pulled into that beautiful center of spiritual connection that is our hearts. Mother, Father, God, infinite love, beloved presence, awaken us to know you more deeply. We give thanks that you open our vision to see you in all around us, in the gift of summer morning rain, the gentle touch of breeze, the sound of friends, within our hearts the feelings of peace, of connection, we feel your presence in the very life that flows through our bodies. This amazing light that illumines our mind with wisdom, intelligence, understanding. With this love that guides us every step of our way. We are so grateful. With our awareness on you, we realize life is filled. Life is the expression of your goodness, your presence, your care for us in every form. For you are this breath that we take, and you are that which breathes us. We're grateful as we discover the amazing truth that there is no place where this spiritual being that we are ends and you begin. That we are one. And as we breathe in this awareness of your love, of your presence, as we gently let go and enter into that place of quiet where the mind is stilled. We enter into that place of receptivity where we are touched deeper than thought, deeper than feeling. We enter into this sacred place of openness, of silence, of stillness, that we might know you more deeply. Following that direction that you spoke through the psalmist. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still. infinite love. Beloved presence. We are so grateful to ever awaken to the awareness that you are this love within our hearts. You are this power that flows through us and touches and heals and blesses and uplifts. And with this beautiful gift of choice, we choose to send this love, that it might touch and uplift and heal. And we begin by radiating this love into our own bodies to touch and bless every cell and system, lifting us into wholeness and vitality. We send this love to our own minds and hearts for wisdom and understanding. And now we radiate this love from our hearts, sending it forth to each one who is dear to us. We enfold each one, blessing, guiding, healing, uplifting, caring, bringing peace. And we send this love across this spiritual community to each one, and through them it blesses everyone in their world. We enfold every prayer request brought here, and we know with each you are enfolded in divine love and lifted to that which is the highest. And this love flows from our hearts. It flows out across the communities in which we live, bringing harmony, bringing peace. It flows across our nation, healing its fears and bringing forth the beautiful wisdom of its people. It flows across the nations of the world, bringing peace into the hearts of all peoples. And as we send out this love today, we hold in our hearts those people in the Middle East touched by conflict there. And we know with each one, regardless of how they see themselves or the roles that they find themselves in, we know each of you are beloved children of the Most High. And we call forth healing and peace for each one. And our love goes forth to all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillside. For in seeking to know you, we are all one. And this love flows from our hearts to touch this beautiful earth, to bring harmony to all her systems and blessings to all her creatures. And our love is about the earth, to touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For you are that love in every heart, and in this love we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world.
We
It is so in that beautiful love that is that divine presence in each one. It is so. Amen.
In this world, I walk alone, with no place to call my home. But there's one who holds my hand through rugged roads and barren lands. The way is dark, the road is steep. You've become my eyes to see, the strength to climb, my griefs to bear. My spirit lives inside me there. In your love, I find release, a haven from my unbelief. Take my life and let me be a living prayer, my God to In these trials of life, I find another voice inside my mind. You comfort me and bid me live inside the love a mother gives. In your love, I find release, a haven from my unbelief. Take my life and let me be a living prayer, my God to thee. Take my life and let me be a living prayer, my God to thee.
My name is Jennifer Hooker, and it's my pleasure to highlight a few of the many upcoming events here at Unity. Our Heart First groups will meet today at 2 o'clock. These groups meet in homes and practice the heart focuses that we share in our Sunday services, and anyone is welcome to attend if you're interested. Reverend David's Fifth Wednesday gatherings are a time to explore challenging experiences and spiritual questions. At this Wednesday's gathering, we will be learning about heart-to-heart relationships. And Circulation Day is the third Saturday in August. It's a time to gather up those quality items in your life that are no longer serving you and to release them into the universe. And you may drop your items off the Friday before Circulation Day. And to find out more about classes and other wonderful activities, please consult your bulletin or our website. And until you hear the gong, please enjoy taking a short moment to greet the people around you.
I feel the love moving in me.
I feel the love moving in me. I feel the presence 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 moving in me. while to that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? My life goes on in endless song of a bird's lamentation. I hear those reels of far of him. How can I keep from singing? Lord, how can I keep from singing? Lord, how can I keep from singing?
And Fusion, thank you guys. Yeah. And Neil and the friends, thank you for last night. What fun, what a gift. So, we've been on this journey for the past 3 weeks. You all are so indulgent to me. I really appreciate it. Well, I got to journey into one of my favorite places, this beautiful world of the fairy tales and the symbols that they capture that tell us about our spiritual growth. The picture of the soul as we enter into the earth and what we go through. And in the 3 weeks we got in the first 2 weeks to do the traditional set of symbols there. And then last week we got to pick up this new version of the story, recognizing that in this is a whole nother explanation of part of our soul experience. And today I just had to go back and touch on one little part. Because you see, it's the part that makes the most difference. Now remember, in both of these tales, what starts is there's a picture.
You're unplugged.
Or will get me plugged in. Okay. There we are. Good. Okay. Thank you. So in both of the stories, we see a picture of starting out with good and evil and ending with just one power. There's only that goodness. And so we see a picture of our soul's journey. And part of the experience as we as spiritual beings enter the earth is from the dualism within the earth consciousness and part of the perceptual mechanisms that happen through the brain into the greater understanding that it's all God, that it is all this divine omnipresence that is the all-loving goodness of God that we affirmed this morning. The awakening to this as the experience of the divine itself. Quite a journey for the soul. And so I want to look at the point at which it all changes. Okay, remember what that is. True love's kiss. Okay, before that, what we have is the princess is asleep. Okay, now we know, again, anytime we're looking at a symbolic picture, the picture, all the symbols in there are a part of us. So each part. So there's a part of us that is that princess. And when we see in metaphysics, when we see the feminine, we're looking at a symbol of the feeling nature. When we see the masculine, we're looking at a symbol of the thinking nature. So we realize that in this pricking of the finger on the spinning wheel, the experience of pain that our feeling nature goes to sleep. We lose that ability to sense this beautiful divine presence that is around us. And that pain, which shows up in both of the stories. And interestingly enough, it's on that spinning wheel, the traditional wheel within the Buddhist tradition, samsara, the endless wheel of birth and death. And within the Western symbol, it is the unending work. It is that unending toil and pain of life. So we experience within this earth pain, and every one of us has. And my perception is that we are in the midst of an amazing awakening. So let's look how to get there. Okay, we've got this prince part of us. Okay, after all, he's the guy that comes through and saves the day, right? So we've got this princely part, which is that part of us. Remember, the prince raised in the castle. So the prince knows, he's gotten the instruction that he is the son, the child of God, the child of the king. Okay, the feeling nature didn't get that. That's one of the reasons why it loses that content, and it shows up in so many of the fairy tales, because part of what happens is in this experience we lose this sensitivity that we're able to actually feel that divine presence as we grow. And then there is this beautiful awakening that takes place. But if you'll notice, it may be the kiss of love, but in that first experience that the prince and princess have in the forest, I think that's just like. Okay? If you'll notice, there's that, wow, you're something. Gosh, I'd like to see you again. Okay? Now, there's a big difference between what happens there and what happens in the tower when the prince comes through. And there's a set of symbols that tell us what turns that first connection into what the tale calls true love or divine love. And the difference in that experience is that the prince has to labor to give and give and give in service of this princess. Nothing for himself. He's not going there to try to find a mate. This isn't princes.com. Okay, it's not a dating service. What happens is he realizes there is a need. And part of the symbol of the nobility is that in that we are truly motivated by the care for others. So he goes out and he's got to go through the forest of thorns. And he's got to experience the pain of that and the fire of the dragon and slay the dragon. And he's not getting anything out of that. Okay. It is that place where we create the power of love within us through service to others. And that's what changes handsome prince in forest to the prince that can bring forth true love's kiss. It occurs to me, a lot of us have done a lot of service to the people around us in our lives. Now think of the people you really love. Aren't they the ones to which you express your care through serving, through giving, supporting, through helping? What would the family look like that was not its basis? Would you see that divine love nurturing and helping in that growth. It's so simple. This is a reality that exists in our world. And without it, there's another picture, and wonderfully the Maleficent picture shows the other one. Now in Maleficent, he doesn't have to struggle. She just puts him under a spell and says, okay, I got to get you to the princess. Okay, so she takes him through the forest of thorns, and she takes him up into the tower, and he doesn't have to struggle. He doesn't have to do anything. And he shows up there, and there's a beautiful princess, and he kisses her, and she sleeps on. Why? Because we create through that giving. We create the expression of the divine in us. Now, it's divine love is what heals. Divine love is what awakens. Okay, how do we bring that into our lives? By serving others. He doesn't have to serve. And he's got this great line in the movie. The fairies are a little upset with him because she doesn't wake up. And he says, well, she's a beautiful girl. I only met her once. Right? That's not what this is about. This is about the creation of spiritual power that takes us into our own maturity. And how this is how we grow. This is how we wake up. Through that beautiful service. Because in that, we are expressing the divine. God is love. It's not that God loves. It's that when love is expressed, we are expressing the divine within us. And that creative power heals and uplifts. Now, Maleficent shows us a different picture of true love's kiss. I already shared that, okay, the prince kisses her and she doesn't wake up. It is the mother kiss from Maleficent that awakens the princess. And think, now most of us, even us men in the room, have had mother roles at times. But in the experiences that we have seen of mothers, in that service to us, through us, have you not seen the power of love? Isn't that what has nurtured and lifted and created? And parents, isn't this what has filled our hearts as we have given this to our children? And Maleficent, you'll remember, became that symbol of mother love. The princes called her fairy godmother, or the divine mother. And again, just in case you weren't a part of our discussion, Maleficent is the picture of the soul in its journey. The first tale is really how we experience it. So we go into that our feeling nature goes into that sleep. Maleficent experiences the pain. The soul experiences pain and betrayal within the third dimension, because we're entering into a very primitive consciousness, this thing that has evolved from apes into human beings. And in this, there still is a great deal that is inconsistent with this divine presence, this wholeness, the beauty of the soul that each of us are. And that feels like betrayal to Maleficent, the removal of the wings, the need to walk the earth rather than being able to touch the heights of spiritual awareness. And she protects the child. She cares for the child. She sees that the child is fed. She shows the child the beauty of the spiritual self and of the spiritual world. All of that service then is acknowledged when she bestows the kiss. It is divine love that touches and heals our pain. That is a truth at the very center of all growth. Divine love touches and heals our pain. That's how we step into wholeness. And then, of course, it's at the very center of Jesus' teaching all the way through. This guy's hung up on love. He goes to it again and again. And he illustrates. He talks about, okay, what is this? As from the Gospel of Matthew. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. I tell you the truth, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. A beautiful illustration of serving, giving to others is the expression, is that gift to this Christ self within each of us, the Atman, the Buddha mind, the I am. Now, in this path of service, in this giving to others, there's a beautiful understanding that to me comes right beside this. And I find it so beautifully captured from the Hindu scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita. Now, the Bhagavad Gita, the real focus within the Gita is the devotion to Krishna, the devotion to the divine. And there's so many beautiful statements about that and how one goes about that. But there's a point at which Krishna, the divine incarnate within that system, okay, is speaking to Arjuna, another prince, and helping him to understand the spiritual journey. And he says to him, I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. I am the super soul, seated in the hearts of all living entities. When we care for each other, who are we caring for? For that divine presence. That is what we see, what we connect with, what we find holy, beautiful, magnificent, spiritual, and fun. In the 12-step tradition, the completion of that journey requires that it end in service. Okay, now if those of you that are part of the 12-step work know that there is a tremendous amount of the releasing, the accepting of that divine direction. But then the 12th and final step, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics. In other words, what I have received, I must give. It is mine when I give it away. The spiritual principle is giving. It is in giving that we receive. And it's the nature of God is to give. That's that constant pouring of that love and blessing into our lives. Now, I shared with you the experience of Jasmina, my friend who wrote the book Mirror of My Soul, Sanctum of My Heart. And it is the chronicle of her spiritual journey. And so we went through this. I've touched at different parts of that life experience because in it, I found it illustrative to me of many of these steps that we take. And so there's a point in there, part of the transition that Jasmina faced in life, and her part of her pain was needing to go through radical brain surgery from a huge tumor that had developed in the brain. And after that surgery, she was unable to talk, unable to walk, unable to communicate, unable to work with her emotions, and just spent hours in crying and releasing. Very difficult thing to go through. And I shared with you that what happened was she began to discover how to work with her heart in that experience. How when she would just move into the simplest feeling of appreciation, she would feel better. She would feel her energy come back. She would feel her ability to focus. And when she would go into the criticism, this ain't it awful, or worrying about something that was wrong, that she would feel her body react and often take her into seizure from that shift of attention. And so she really came to understand the amazing power of focusing and working through the heart. And one of the gifts that I had in my relationship with her, we connected after she had been through the brain surgery, and from the heart understandings that she developed, she went ahead and connected with the Institute of Heart Math where I worked. And so I then got to be aware of her sharing what she had learned with other people who had gone through brain trauma. And being able to bring that compassion, understanding, but giving that support in service to others. And I shared with you the changes that happened over time in her life, and how she went on to a life in which the symbols that are part of the fairy tale, particularly the Maleficent fairy tale, where before we had the two worlds, the spiritual world that was walled off from the human world, and how in the end the princess is made that queen, that ruler over both worlds. She steps into that role as the divine presence, because there is no barrier between the spiritual world and the human world. And we walk then an instrument and an expression of that divine love flowing in and through us. And when it does, when it touches another, when we give it away, healing happens. Wholeness happens. Awakening happens. It is beautiful, and it is simple. So I would invite you to experiment with it. Okay? Look at what happens to the day in which you serve. Now, the truth is, we are all busy working with people and serving all the time. I'm talking about a conscious serving. Bringing that love, bringing that the presence. So I would invite you, there's just a thought that I have found opens me and gives that message to Spirit saying, it's okay to bring that one here. Okay, so I'll warn you, it's a message that says to Spirit, it's okay to bring that one here. Okay, not everybody's prayer do you want to pick up, folks. Okay, but what I find, how can I serve today? Simply asking that is one of the most powerful things. How can I serve today? And in that, we're understanding what serving is. It's that giving from the heart. It's that helping out of our love and our compassion and our wisdom. How can I serve today? Join me. How can I serve today? Doesn't that open the door? Again, How can I serve today? All the different times in the day when we have that moment when that could guide and open the flow in our world. Again, how can I serve today? Because the beauty of it is that the divine presence of infinite love and power serves through you, touches through you, heals through you, brings peace through you. And that makes for a beautiful day. Bless you.
Our heart ministers are available after the service today to offer prayer support for challenges or celebrations. So you may see them in the sanctuary, out on the patio, on the grounds, and they are the ones wearing the lavender stoles. And you can also put in a prayer request at any time on our website. I ask everyone to please take a connection card from the seat pocket in front of you. And we invite each of you to take a moment to fill out this card if you have a prayer request, question, or a comment. And if you're new to Unity, you're invited to fill out the card and to also stop by the welcome table out on the patio, and we'd enjoy meeting you after the service. Thank you for checking the box if you're joining us in our weekly spiritual focus. And our weekly spiritual focus this week is serving others. The ushers will receive your card with the offering toward the end of the music. And it's now time for our prosperity celebration. For credit card donations, there are envelopes provided in the seat pockets in front of you. And for those of you watching at home, you can just click on the donate button on our Watch Live page. One of the great teachings of truth is the awareness that God is the source of all our good. Every blessing that fills our lives is the expression of the goodness and love of the divine. As we focus upon God as the source of all our good, we open to receive ever-expanding abundance. I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and be aware that God is the source of all our good. And please repeat our affirmation with me together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle beneath your skin. Kept on the inside, and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy, fallen for the fear and done some disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of this cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let your light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Marching in the light of God. We are 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 marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God.
Okay, let's enfold these beautiful smaller beings in our hearts and affirm together. Children, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. And let's stand and take hands and share together our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song.
Peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God ever present, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You are the love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.
Thank you.